I'm Fairy Meadow, and I'm here today on behalf of facepaintingtips.com to do a one-sided eye design for Valentine's Day. We're going to get started by using a pearl purple, a light into dark pearl purple paint, and a high-density sponge. I'm going to put the light purple on top of my eyelid, and I'm just going to stipple it on with the dark on the outside, just like this. Tapping it up and down over the area to blend the paint really easy. There you go. You can see what that looks like. Now, we're going to let that dry. You can just go ahead and fan it a little bit. And we're going to put a stencil on top of that to make a background base for our design. The stencil that I'm going to use is a BAM 1024. It has a really pretty sort of almost Victorian pattern on it that I think is great for Valentine's Day. And the reason you want the undercoat to be very dry is so that the paint that you use on here doesn't run when it hits the moisture from the paint underneath. So I'm just going to keep fanning. I'm going to use a different high-density sponge to put on the pattern, and I'm going to use a sponge like this and load it with my white paint. Here we go. All right, so take your stencil, lay it on your design in whatever direction you'd like. Press it down firmly against the skin, and then delicately tap on top of it. We're just making a background here, so we don't need to worry too much about getting a lot of paint on there. Carefully, once you have a nice layer, peel the stencil away, and then you have that great pattern for the background of your design. Now that white is going to fade a little bit into that purple and become even more subtle, which I think is a nice touch for what we're trying to accomplish today. I've got a number 5 round brush here, and I've got it loaded with some white paint, the same white paint we used to make that pattern. Now I'm going to double load this brush, and what I mean when I say that is I'm going to take it and going to dip the tip of the brush in a little bit of water, and I'm going to clean it on my sponge. I'm going to wipe some of that paint off. Just the tip of it. The reason for that is because I'm going to wet it again, and then I'm going to load it with this red by Paradise at just the tip, because we want to make a heart, but we want to give it some dimension, and that white paint at the bottom is going to make it look like light is reflecting off the heart. We're going to put this heart right here. So what you're going to do is just use the skinny part of your brush and lay that down, pull up, and push. There's one half of the heart. There goes the red paint. We're going to do the other side now. There's the other half of the heart. Now it's not super duper easy to see right now, but that's okay. We're going to outline it so everything pops. The next thing I'm going to do is come up here, and I'm just going to add some pink. They're pink because the white and red is mixing together. Teardrops right at the top, just coming down. That's going to be the top of our design. I'm going to use dark purple by Diamond FX, and I've got it in my palette right here. It's the dark purple all the way at the end. It's metallic. It's really deep, and it shows up really, really nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make about 5 long thin teardrops right here. So just push down, push down, push down, push down, and push down like that. So you've got those. I'm going to draw the last one out and down into a little swirl like that, and then another swirl coming down like so. So you can see what we have so far. And then we're going to make a swirl come up from this one, sort of to frame the eye. And now I'm going to take some metallic pink paint that I have in that exact same palette that I just showed you, the Diamond FX metallic palette. And I'm going to load that onto my brush, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to trace the purple, the dark metallic purple with it, using a really long, thin brush. This is a number 1 liner brush. So just go ahead. Sorry, I'm covering it a little bit to balance my hand with my finger. Trace those. Just tracing the bottom to create a red metallic pink shadow. Bring this one down. Right there. To make a little curl. Come out from the bottom of that one. To make another little curl. So we've got the red and the purple and the white in the background. And we're just going to use a little more of that metallic pinkish red to trace these ones up here. Like so. There's the other one. And I'm going to pick a little more of it up to trace that swirl that's right here. So there you can see that part of the design is done. Now we're going to load our number 5 round one more time with some white paint. We're going to bring in some dots and stars to embellish our design. And you can just make those dots wherever you'd like. Like that. And you can make your stars wherever you want to. It's just a fun little eye design. I like to add extra dots around certain stars. There we go. And now for just some simple outlining with black. We're not going to use a lot of black. I just really want to make sure that that heart pops so that it's, you know, very clearly a Valentine's Day design. This requires a really delicate hand, and I'm going back to that number 1 liner brush because we're lining. Okay, so let's see here. Hope you can see this. I know it's hard to see. There's one part of the heart. And you have a really pretty, really fun, vibrant, and colorful Valentine's Day eye design. And you can finish this up with any kind of glitter you'd like, and just tap some glitter onto your heart and over the stars to make them sparkle. There you go, and you've got a really sparkly design that any young lady would love for Valentine's Day. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial, and on behalf of myself and facepaintingtips.com, I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day.